It's day 3 of Woman Up. Let's see if everyone's here. Let's see if we're live. Checking, checking. Okay. Are we live? Is anyone here? Would you tell me you're here, please? Let's see. Yes, we're live. Day 3 of Woman Up. We've made it to the grand finale. I'm wearing sparkles today. I'm super excited. We've made it to day 3 of Woman Up. And Woman Up is an event catered for you. And so thank you for showing up for you. And thank you for trusting me along this short journey to discover how to move from thinking and dreaming to executing on your dream business. And that is exactly what we're going to be talking about today. Just bringing it all together, talking about how to move from here. So, who's with me? Who's here? Guys, come on, tell me, woman up. Here, live. Let me know you're here. Let me see you since I can't see you, but hopefully we'll have more of the seeing together part. So, who's here? Okay. I'm to see who's here. I'm checking to see the comments. Okay. Oh, yay. Yay. Hi. Hi, guys. Hi, Dina. Hi, Marianne. Who else is here? Zeldi. Hi, team. Again, I have to say a big thank you to Yolandi, to Zeldi, to Siska, my go to girl team. You guys are amazing. Thank you. I love you. Super grateful for you. They've been supporting me along the whole journey. It's been weeks in the making, and we've made it, guys. We're womaning up together. Is that even? Let's create that as a verb from now on. What are you doing? Oh, I'm womaning up today. That would be nice. Let's woman up. Okay. Hi, Chelsea. Dalia, hi. Okay. Natasha, hi. Yolandi, Haneen, Shadin. Oh my God. Hi, guys. Okay, ladies. So we, as I said, this is day 3. I'm super excited that you're here. I'm super excited that you're showing up for yourself and for everyone who needs you, and that you're womaning up for you first. So I'm not going to take up much time with the intro. Let's get to it. Day 3, let's share the presentation. Okay, so woman up. Discover how to move from thinking and dreaming to executing on your dream business. Again, our housekeeping guidelines remain the same every day. Number 1, show up with an open heart and mind. You are here for you. Okay. Number 2, the time we're spending together is your investment in you. So make sure you treat it accordingly. Don't don't let this be just another event that you've attended. Oh wow, maybe inspired a little bit, maybe impacted a little bit, and then just move on. Take it to heart. Whatever you extracted out of it. I'm not asking you or demanding that you extract everything, but what works for you, again, take it and work with it, apply it, see how it works for you subjectively. Okay. So that's committing to do the work. Definitely be gentle and patient with yourself. This is not an overnight feat. Whether we are talking about womaning up on a mental level, on an emotional level, on a career level, on a business level, and even on a financial level, you need to be consistent. You need to be gentle. You need to be patient. You need to understand that you will have some amendments and pivots and setbacks along the way. So be kind to yourself accordingly. And last but not least, as always, smile. I shared today on the Empower to Grow group the high five habit. Smile at yourself in the morning. As soon as you wake up with all your hair messy and everything, look at yourself in the mirror and smile. You've made it out of bed today. That's the first step. And Mel Robbins talks about it. If you want to check it out, it's the high five habit. High five yourself in the mirror. Imagine what you do when your kids do something, your friend or something, and you high five them. That is an immediate positive step. Now you get to high five yourself every single day. You start your day empowering yourself. So smile. Okay, ladies, our breathing exercise. Today, I realized, of course, after 2 days that the video was not working that well. So it was glitching and the voice was glitching. So today, this is just an image again from the beautiful Mediterranean Sea, from my home, Egypt. And I just want you to look at that. I want you to envision yourself being there. And I want you to do this breathing exercise that we have been doing for this is our third day today. This is the 478 technique of Dr. Andrew Weil. I'm not going to be guiding you through it today because I want you to be immersed in the experience. Whether you want to close your eyes or you want to keep looking at the image, take in a breath to the count of 4, hold it to the count of 7, and a strong release to the count of 8, as much as you can to empty out those lungs. Okay? So let's do this. I will just guide you on the first one, and you've got 3 more to do. So breathe in, hold, breathe out. Last one. Okay, if you had your eyes closed, now's the time to open them. Now's the time I stop the presentation to make sure you're still with me. So, who's still with me? Tell me I'm still here. Tell me how you're feeling. Tell me what this breathing exercise brings up for you. I'd love to hear your thoughts. Okay. Mahi, Zelti, Sally, hi. So, how are you feeling, guys? How's this breathing exercise? Have you been doing it as well? Let me know if you've been doing that second repetition of it in the morning and another one in the evening. This is 4 breaths. That's all you need. 4 breaths. Again, it's talking, and Dr. Andrew Weil talks a lot about the physiological changes, even those that you will, but it takes 4 to 6 weeks of consistent doing this to start feeling it. But even that, even if you're waking up in the middle of the night, that's going to help you. Even if you're feeling the tension and stuff, that's going to relax you. Okay. So, still here. Yay. Yay, guys. Hi, Hala. Okay. I'm happy. I'm happy you guys are with me. Okay, let's get to this. We have a packed agenda for today. Okay, so the framework. What have we been doing to date for womening up? Womening up. I'm going to use this a lot more. We did the first day. We did a reality check where we're feeling what's happening right now, the syndrome, checking in with your body mentally, emotionally, and physically to see the symptoms of what could be keeping you stuck or making you feel stuck. And we realized that a lot of it is in our head through the limiting beliefs and everything else that comes along with it. And the striving for external validation actually drains us a lot more. Now, day 2, yesterday, we spoke about now stepping up. Stepping up, including the mindset. How do we understand how mindset controls us, how we act, react, and interact in our daily life? That it mostly has been impacted by our subconscious and everything else that has been happening in our life. How to move from that of a negative to a positive mindset, from a fixed to a growth mindset, and from scarcity to an abundance mindset. And then we spoke about building the tribe and your support system, because we know whether we're talking about whatever is venturing in your life, whatever venture you are taking in your life, or if you're about to, do that career shift or start that business alongside your career, whatever it is, we know that you need the support. The support could come in the form of your close family and friends, if you're lucky enough to have those that support you. We know that not everyone does that, and that's okay. To your friends, to mentors, to coaches, to building up the tribe from people you have never met before. Okay. I spoke of the processing process. If you're feeling at any point stuck, negative feelings are coming up for you, I invite you to go back and see the video of day 2 and the processing process. Simple 5 steps, and you can repeat it as many times as you need. And last but not least, we've been talking about the concept of conscious living. How do you switch autopilot off from your life and start being conscious and mindful in your everyday? So we're taking all this to today, start moving forward, and start moving forward with first identifying what does alignment mean in terms of your passion, your purpose, and your profits. And then beyond that, start talking about an entrepreneurial framework for you to start thinking through those business ideas that you've got. And we will be talking about the why and the what of that framework today. Okay, so that's our agenda for today. Passion. When we're talking about passion, purpose, and profits. Passion, as Oprah Winfrey defines it, it's an energy. So you feel the power that comes from focusing on what excites you. That's passion. When we are kids, and if you have kids and you look at kids or you're around kids, you see that they're doing everything with so much passion, with so much excitement that comes along with it. And with that, there is a flow. That flow is infectious, but you have to infect yourself first. That's positive infection, not negative infection. But to be able to do that, I want you to utilize this opportunity to start going back to your childhood, to start going back to things that used to excite you as a child, whether that was being on the swings, trying rollerblades for the first time, writing, reading, climbing trees. These are things that will give you that drive to think and clear your mind to be able to think of other aspects of your life. And now we're talking about that business idea. But that business idea could also be aligned with your core competences. What does core competence mean? It means that this is something that is within you that you feel now that you have to put no effort in because it's just natural to you. Newsflash, it's not natural to you. Somehow, somewhere, you nurtured it to become second nature to you. Okay? Yes, part of it has to do with what naturally comes to you, as in what you enjoy doing. So, for me, for example, I enjoy organization. I have a thing, possibly borderline OCD when it comes to it, but everything has to have a place. And I'm known for that. I'm known for that with my family. I'm known for that at home. My husband says, I've got the magic touch. Within 30 seconds, everything will get back to where it used to be. And this is something that, well, guess what? There are business empires built on that now. And it's such something you wouldn't think of that this could be capitalized on to create a business. But there are people who now are, whether they organize wardrobes or they organize homes or they come and fix things for you, and or they put the guides out. I think it's Mary Kondo, if I'm not mistaken with the name right now. They just, this is something that they used that is within their core competence, that comes naturally to them, although they had to refine their skill along the way. And it just became an idea that they can capitalize on for themselves. Okay. That could be a personal strength. Some people are just organized in terms of events. Let's talk about event planners. How many of you find it very easy for you or passionate for you, or you are so attentive to detail that you can just organize an event like that? Within 24 hours, there's an event, there's a catering list, there's a guest list, that you do that for school, you do that in birthday parties, you do all this. Well, that's a business idea. And that is something that you love doing. And that is something that you've been doing for forever. Okay. Knowledge base. Again, people are great with numbers. People are great with technical details, something you have been working on and you have been doing at work for 30 years, for 20 years, for 1 year. But somehow that has become part of what comes naturally to you. And by default, that is your core competence. So it could be that, you know what, you're a great advisor when it comes to strategy. What does strategy mean? It means you can see beyond. So you can see something as a core idea right now, just a nucleus of what an idea could be, and you can give insight on how this can be taken forth for the next 5, 10, even 20 years. And that is a very much needed core competence that can be capitalized on from a business perspective. But for us to have the passion to do these things, we cannot, following up on what we were talking about yesterday, we cannot do that without the habits that support it. And those habits need to be the ones, the healthy habits that support us in terms of our time, the compartmentalization we were talking about, prioritizing what needs to be done, being mindful about it, and more importantly, the limiting beliefs. Limiting belief become a habit. If you have a habit of negatively talking to yourself, the negative self-talk that puts us down, guess what? I had this for forever, and I had not realized that this has become a habit for me. As soon as something came up to my mind, something ambitious, something big, I wrote it down. I was like, oh my God, this is super exciting. Boop. Negative self-talk starts. It's like, what are you doing? Who do you think you are? Who would give you the thought and the notion and the hope that you can do this, that you can be that big? Look, whoever, they're way ahead of you. You're not in the appropriate geographic location. No one gets you. And it became a habit to think that for myself and to stop myself. And of course, other limiting beliefs. When we talk about going back to your passion base and capitalizing on your core competence, the most common ones that come up: I'm too old. It's too late for me. I'll be ridiculed. Again, it's the fear of judgment. It's a fear of failure. It's a fear of the unknown. These are limiting beliefs that would hinder, they will block your passion from flowing. They will block your thoughts from knowing how to capitalize on your core competences. Okay. And last but not least, we spoke about mindset yesterday. Again, we have to harbor a growth mindset. What does that mean? If there's something in front of me that I'm excited about, I'm passionate about, I don't know what to do with it, the growth mindset starts telling me, how do I do it? Who do I reach out for? Or what kind of certifications, courses, webinars, whatever it is that I need to address before I can move this forward. So it's not, again, it's not a scarcity abundance of I can't do this, I don't have the resources, I don't have the time, I don't have the age, I don't have the energy. No, it is an abundance one. I've got a lot. Let me see how I can move with what I've got and add along my journey. Okay, so that's the passion part. Do you have any questions or comments about the passion part before I move forward? Okay. Fine, ladies. Let's move forward. This thing, sometimes my comments are just, I'm looking to the side. I've got my iPad up to check the comments, but I can't see any right now. So let's move on to the purpose. Now, I know this is an elusive one, and I'll be addressing a bit more about it in the next slide. When we talk about purpose, people immediately block themselves. It's like, oh, I don't know what my purpose is. I have no idea. I don't have a purpose. Oh, the purpose is being a mom, being a wife, being a daughter, being an employee, being a businesswoman, whatever it is. Yes, it's part of it. But then there's this part where you feel it in your gut. And that's why we keep saying, show up with an open heart and open mind. Listen to yourself and then do the analysis. But first, listen to your gut. So, Ray Dalio, one of the experts in the world of a lot of things. So, I'm not going to introduce Ray Dalio. Please check him out. And he put in his book, think for yourself to decide. Number one, what you want. Number two, what is true for you. And number three, what you should do to achieve number one in the light of number two, i.e., to achieve what is true for you in the light of, sorry, what you want in the light of what's true for you. So this is going back to your core, going back to your passion, going back to what works for you. We spoke about digging deep. We spoke about your life audit. We spoke about how do you switch your autopilot off, as in stop, take a time out, look at your life, look at what you're committed to, look at what you're doing, and say, does this align with me? Does this feel right in my gut? Does this feel like I should be doing more of, or maybe I should be thinking about something else? And then the other part, which I found was very enlightening, and that's why I say ikigai, enlightenment, is a Japanese concept. And it comes, the overarching theme of it is reason for being. And they realized that this was, so I read a few books about it, but it was about realizing that people in Japan, especially in this province of Okinawa, they were a blue zone, meaning that they lived for a long time, like 100 plus was normal for these people. And when they went and studied this, they realized there was something called ikigai that became a concept for them. It's kind of something they embraced along their life. And it was a reason for being. In Japanese, apparently, they don't have an equivalent of retirement. You don't retire as in that's where you stop working and you just sit around and do nothing. You transition from a job or from a corporate role or from whatever it is into still serving the community, still waking up every day, still having something to do. And alongside, there were other elements of, healthy habits, of course, nourishing in their food, the sense of community, being there, having a purpose. And thus, this comes up. So, your reason of being, aka your purpose, it provides you with a shortcut across many hindering blocks. And you will find this diagram. I mean, this is off the internet. You are more than welcome to research more about it. There's a lot that can be said here, but you will also find it in your workbook. So, check your workbook for it so you get a deeper understanding of what it is. And I want you to look at this and look at you and what you're passionate about, what you feel in your gut that your purpose is. And the elements are you start thinking, what are you good at? Core competences, as we said, or something that you feel comes easily to you. Or if you open up your heart and your mind, you will find that people have been telling you that, but you hadn't been attentive to it before. What you love, what the world needs, and then what you can be paid for. And it's that the moment, or sorry, the area of intersection between all of these is your ikigai. Okay. So what I'm good at when I started listening is I can communicate and I can connect with people. And what I love doing, well, I love doing that. I love listening. I love sharing my knowledge. I love sharing my love. I love sharing my love. Yes, I love sharing empathy, and I love being there in people's footsteps, supporting them along the way. What the world needs? Well, it needs more of that. It needs us more tribes. It needs more people to be kind to one another. It needs more people to share their knowledge and support others on their journey. Again, as we said before, if you're on day one and someone is on day zero, well, you are one step ahead. You have a bit more experience. You've been exposed a bit more, and you can definitely reach back and pull them to day one with you. And then you can move on to day two and they can move on. And you don't have to be at day 100 to say, oh, the world needs me at day 100. You can just be at day one, and that's great. Okay. And then what you can be paid for, that's the part I believe Natasha was, that we were talking yesterday. That's the part where you're getting paid because of the value you are bringing and because of the addition you are adding to people's life, rather than just saying, oh, this is just money. It's not money. This is value, this is experience, this is sharing, and this is a relationship of reciprocity that you are doing. So that's what you would be doing in that perspective. So I want you to jot this down for yourself, jot down a few things. And if you think that the world would not pay you for storytelling, well, guess what? There are amazing storytellers all over the world that are getting paid for that. Why? Because that's what they're good at. Why? Because that's what they love. They connect with, whether we're talking children or even whatever age in school or any other kind of audience. And the world needs more of that. The world needs more of us putting out and being more, what's the word? I lost it right now. Creative in our thinking and dreamy and offering that beautiful state for people to be at. And yes, you get paid for doing that. Okay. So this is in terms of the purpose. Now, the last to bring it all together, we're talking about profits. Again, instead of wondering when your next vacation is, maybe you should set up a life you don't need to escape from. That's Seth Godin, and he's also one of the masterminds of marketing and everything else that comes along with it. But here, what we're saying is when you set up, that's profit is not just monetary. It's not just about the money. You get so many other returns, other profits. These include your health, your wellness, and your happiness. And you're not going to be well and happy when you feel stuck in a job that is draining you, that you feel like your potential is still untapped into, that there's more that you could do. There's more you could offer the world. There's more of you that you want to work on to evolve and bring out other elements within your personality or within your potential that you hadn't known of. So I want you to start focusing on your happiness and your wellness. If you are waking up with the syndrome every single day, it's time to stop and say, where can I look at my life? What elements in my life that I need to work on? I understand there are elements outside of you. I understand that we're talking about environmental factors, social factors, and everything else that comes along with it. I'm asking you to look at what you can control, what's within your control. Okay. And for that, we're talking then, we can bring it into actionable wholeness, looking at that big picture. Remember, I was talking yesterday about the fly on the wall perspective. So, from the visualization, that possibly the exercise we did on day one, to the actualization. Where do I want to go? So, at least I have a vision of where I want to go. And for that, again, we're not going there in leaps and bounds. Some elements we could, most of it we can't. And that's where Kaizen comes in. Kaizen is one incremental step at a time. Another Japanese concept, of course. Japanese have, I love their frameworks and I love how they bring it to the practicality. And this was actually on Toyota. And Toyota decided, they realized they were losing money and something was not right. And they start saying, okay, let's ask everyone of the thousands of employees that they've got, let's ask them how they can make their job more efficient, or what are their suggestions to be profitable in whatever they're doing. And they came back with loads of value, and they realized that they can bring it all together and they can start taking small steps, that Kaizen approach. And that immediately started putting Toyota in the world leaders places. Okay, so this is where it all comes in for you. Your profits, yes, you could be compromising a little bit on your monetary returns, provided, of course, that's not compromising on your family survivability or your own survivability. But look at the luxuries that could be compromised at this point in time until you get to the next phase. But you are gaining more happiness and you're gaining more wellness and you're waking up with a purpose and you're high fiving yourself in the mirror. These you cannot put a price on, but these are within your profits. Okay, so if we look at it as a whole, and I call this a P cubed, passion, purpose, and profits, the P cubed home run, then you will be talking about defining your passion, your purpose, and your profits beyond the societal norms and your comfort zone. And comfort zone means where you are right now and where you could possibly have gotten comfortable with the discomfort. But I want you to look beyond that. Understand that this, again, it was never easy to get to where you are today. So it's not going to be easy to get where you want to be when you're deciding that that is it. But you know that this is your subjective success. This is what counts for you. This is where you aspire to go. And that in itself gives you that drive, gives you that push. Again, you're not alone. And you are abundant in terms of your resources, whether we're talking as you as an individual or we're talking with you as an aspiring entrepreneur who wants to start their own side passion business or full blown business, you have, remember, we were talking about the limiting beliefs before. You have your effort or your energy is a resource, your time is a resource, your money is a resource, and your knowledge is a resource. And don't say, I don't have enough knowledge. If you decide today to walk out, you're a physician, and you decide today, oh no, I'm going to do fashion design. You think that you've left that past 20 years of being a physician to be a fashion designer? No, you will be surprised at the elements from you thinking and acting and being a physician for 20 years. There are elements that you're going to take into the fashion design industry with you. Whether you're thinking that you're going to be doing comfortable outfits for people in who are on their feet 10 hours a day, or you're bringing something that is dynamic for your physiology, so you're not cramped with the corsets and everything else that we're made to believe that we need, whatever it is. And of course, your bedside manners and your social skills will come into place, your networking will come into place, whatever it is, that knowledge base that you have today as a mother, as a wife, as a daughter, as a professional of any field, you will be capitalizing on, even if it's only 5% of it, you will be capitalizing on as a resource to move forth into whatever business or career you decide to carry on with or you decide to transition to. That being said, we also have other resources that you can invest from, as in take out an investment from, or you can capitalize on. And these are your networks. Your networks are your personal networks, your family networks, your professional networks, your social and online networks. Your network equals your net worth. So don't be ashamed of reaching out to people you haven't spoken to in 30 years since you were in school together, but they just happen to be doing now what you're excited about or something that you're aspiring, a field you're aspiring to enter. You'll be surprised at how many people will reconnect and step up and support you. And I have amazing friends that have been there for me just from that, from school, from university. And we're talking decades, which is amazing. And it's such a blessing. Sometimes also we forget because we're saying, they're not going to respond. Again, we put up our own limiting beliefs. And last but not least, of course, there are other resources that you can tap into, but any assets you have, the physical assets, the social skills assets, the whether you're talking about, it happens that your father has a garage that he doesn't use much, or your mom has the sewing machine that hasn't been used in 20 years, or you have some money that you have just put on the side that you decided to invest one day but never got the chance to do. Well, these are all assets, and these are all assets you can capitalize on. Okay, so I want to stop here. I know today was like a flood. So I want to stop the presentation for a minute here just to make sure you guys are with me to address any questions you've got before we move on to the next part. So, who's still around? Tell me what's going on with you. How's this resonating with you? Any limiting beliefs that are coming up for you? Okay. Uh, okay. Dina, are you seeing the slides? Okay. Yes, yes, yes. Okay. Great. I'm happy you guys are resonating with this. Great. Hi, Natasha. Woman up. Yes, yes, we're womaning up. Today we're womaning up. We're womaning up as aspiring entrepreneurs. So let's do this. Great. Hi, Zeldi. Okay. Okay, Dina. Okay, I'm happy. Sorry, it was apparently it's a glitch again using a platform that restreams. So we expect glitches, but we deal with them. So hopefully that will not appear in the replay. Okay, okay, ladies. So let's get on to our next part. So now, again, I spoke to you about the entrepreneurial mindset. So we spoke about mindset, and that is addressing everything in our life. Now we need to talk about the entrepreneurial mindset. What does that mean? It means now, how do I transition into moving into a business? So you're here, or you're potentially here, because grinding the corporate mill or working for someone else is no longer satisfying or gratifying in that sense. And you decide, okay, it's time to leave the nest. It's time for me to start exploring what else I could do. Again, this is not about you quitting tomorrow. This is about you transitioning, meaning that start putting the seed, start creating that side passion business on the side as you get ready, as it grows, and as you need to kind of take care of it full time. Okay. So, again, I salute you. It's a brave decision. I took it over 11 years ago now, about 11 years ago. And I wish I had gone through this Woman Up webinar before doing it because, yeah, I had some regrets after it. But then I went into private business right away and I didn't get the chance to realize, what do I actually want? And that's why this foundational work is really crucial, because it sets us up. It sets us up for higher rates of success. It is already the startups, the startup field, starting your own business. The statistics are a bit grim. But once you have that foundation, and that's why I keep focusing again on the entrepreneurial mindset, once you are ready to tackle anything that comes along your way, your probability increases drastically. Okay. So, what is entrepreneurship in a figure? It is, what if I fail? What if the world needs this? So, it's the fear versus the ambition, and where it intersects, that's entrepreneurship. And that's why we're saying it is this journey that has a lot of ups and downs and sides and pivots and everything with it. But it's a beautiful one, and it's a gratifying one. And it's one that allows you to reflect on yourself on so many levels. Okay. So, what is the entrepreneurial mindset framework? You need to employ this when you think about your business idea or ideas. So, excuse me, I did this exercise with one of the ladies. She had 5 ideas, and we worked through them. We worked this framework through each one for her to process through it and to see what works for her. So this is not a framework I invented. This has been around forever. It's used in so many different applications. I used it for my doctoral thesis, and it worked wonders for me. But it was a 5 W's, and I added the edge to it. So we start with why. And of course, why? Because that why, that reasoning, this will anchor you throughout your journey. And this will also be that pivot or that point of clarity that you will need to come back to every time you feel disheartened, disempowered, or something sets you back in your business. Go back to your why. I'll be talking about the why a bit more. Then we talk about the what. Again, we just spoke of the alignment of the passion and the purpose, the ikigai point. What's your service? Is it a product? Is it a service? We'll be talking about the what a bit more, but what is okay? Now what? What is it? What's this business that I want to build? What is the service? What is this product? Whatever it is. Now, who? The other elements, I won't be delving deep into today. That's what Cure is for. I'll be talking a bit more about Cure later. But who is your target audience? It doesn't have to be the 7 billion people around Earth. You can be targeting a 0.1% of your local community. And trust me, that could be enough to get you a successful, sustainable business and a great income alongside. Why? Because you will be serving them. You'll be very specific. Your message will be specific. Your product or service will be catered to them, and your success rates will increase accordingly. Okay. How? Again, now the how has transitioned and has evolved a lot over the past decade, possibly, because how first used to be okay. Is it a physical setup? Is it a type of framework in terms of a business agreement or whatever it is? Now, how could be, how is it? How is a do I go online, or do I just do on a specific platform, or how is it in person, or how is it brick and mortar? So the hows are part, but also how includes, how will I do this? As in, do I need the certifications to along the way? Do I need paperwork? Do I need the legalities? Whatever it is that comes along with it. Where? Again, where used to be location, 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 which is the concept that we spent 20 years, at least for me, working on in terms of marketing and everything. But now where also location, location, location became also a virtual channel. Is it Facebook? Is it Instagram? Is it Pinterest? Is it LinkedIn? Is it any other virtual platform that could be the where for where my business could be launched and where my business could be thriving? And when? Again, it is a subjective measure. If you're talking about a seasonal business, as in possibly you could be doing just Christmas tree cakes, then, and you specialize in that, and this is your bread and butter, and this is where you excel at, and you do fascinating ones, then when would be start now? Because Christmas is coming up, and Christmas is only one season of the year. But if you're doing a service or a product that is year round, then when could be whenever you are ready. Whenever you are ready could be if you have a physical setup, when that setup is done. If you have to do the paperwork, when the paperwork is done. If you're doing a certification, when that is completed. Whatever it is, that is the framework I want you to use to process through all your business ideas. Now we will take it through 2 of them. I want to dig a bit deeper into the why and the what. So the why. The reason behind starting a business, again, is a fundamental one and it's personal one. Okay. So now I need you to think, why am I doing this? Is it an emergence of a business opportunity? Someone comes up and says, you know what, we've got this opportunity. I want to partner. How about we investigate this? There's a new field that's coming up, Bitcoin. If you're interested in that, I tried my best. I don't understand anything about Bitcoins, but apparently it's a big thing. And eventually, I think maybe we're all have to jump on that ship too. But so it's that kind of thing. And it's just too good to let pass right now. Is it a change in the dynamics of the specific business field that you're in, or that is tolerant of newcomers? Now that, for example, we started talking about Zoom and we started talking about virtual events, and that opened up and virtual presence. And that opened up, especially over the past year and a half since the pandemic, that opened up a whole array of people who can show up, start businesses right from their homes, from wherever you are, create a corner for yourself, and boom, you've got a business. Now, even the technical part of starting it became much easier with virtual setups, with virtual bank accounts, with all of this. So why could be now's the time and I'm ready and I'm home and I can finally capitalize and I don't need to worry about leaving the kids as I have to go to the office for 8 hours. I can do this 2 hours a day. I can do this 3 hours a day, and I can afford it within my time and within my day. Or you could be aiming to, you're already in a line of business that has a product or a service that for you, it just doesn't seem right. And you know that you can do it better. You can deliver it better. You can amend it. You can create more innovative and efficient solutions. And you feel this is a time for you. There are a zillion businesses that have started that way. It started with one bolt, one nut and bolt. That's what I was trying to say, nut and bolt. As in, these are businesses that are providing, for example, for Airbus or Boeing. The whole business, the whole factory is just set up to do one nut and bolt. That's all they do. But they do it in a way that no one else has put in the attention or put in the time or put in the resources to create it. And thus, Airbus doesn't have to do that. They buy it directly from there and they have a profitable business. So it's those kind of things. What else is there? Of course, as we said, if it's been a personal dream, excuse me, if it has been a personal dream of yours and you have been talking yourself out of it for 10 or 20 years, I think it's time to start thinking about it more and planning for it more and working on the execution of it rather than keep saying, I'll get to it when I can. Because that in itself blocks your why, blocks your passion, and blocks the purpose that is behind it. Okay. So, whatever your justification is, you need to have that ultimate conviction and you need to have that statement of your why that is clear. I've done this exercise with Dean Graziosi, and he's a success coach and one of the very famous people in this field. And he did this with Tony Robbins as a program, and he did the 7-layer deep why exercise. So why, and you come up with something, write it down, write the statement, and then you ask yourself why again, and then you ask yourself why again, and you keep going. I did this exercise and I actually reached 9 layers deep to get to it. It started why? Because I want to enable every woman to empower herself. It was a typical business response of what the business doctor meant for me. Why? Why? And then it started coming up, becoming more personal. Started becoming about so my son could see that he can create or aspire for anything he wants in life. Why? So I can afford to, so we can afford to retire whenever we want. But the deepest why for me, I realized, was so that I can create a life that never makes me feel the worry of being an expat again. I was born as an expat, lived in Egypt for less than a third of my life, came back as an expat with my husband, and I had not realized until last year, excuse me, so that took about, excuse me, that took about 42 years for me to realize that being an expat has given me that sense of insecurity that my foundation could be kind of shook at any point in time. And thus, for me, creating and building and solidifying the business doctor meant that I want that foundation that can be taken with me anywhere in the world without having me to worry about it again. So that's the why. And I want you to take that a step further and think of it from this perspective. Why this, whatever that comes up for you? Why now? Why me? And don't talk yourself in any negative sense. I want you to use all positive language when you're answering these questions. Why this? It's fascinating. It's super exciting. I get really, really hyped up when I talk about it or when I think about it. Why now? Well, why not? If not now, then when? Why now? Because I'm ready. Why now? Because the kids are independent already. Why now? Because the we've seen a huge shift and pivot in world business over the past year and a half, and now is the time to start doing it. Why me? I'm unique. All of us are unique. I bring my own sense, my own flavor, my own flair to what I'm offering. So, yes, why me? Because I'm me and I'm going to bring all my expertise and my perspective for this field, for this product, for this service to the world now, and they're ready to hear me. Okay. So when we start talking about the what, then the what follows up with defining the nature of the business, which is really important. Are you a service or a product provider? Do you want to be an agent? Do you want to work in network marketing? Do you want to be a distributor? Each of these has a different nature. And accordingly, you need to think of how you will start, what this would mean, and what product scope of services or scope of products that will be entailed. This is something that, again, is very unique to you, and you want to do it in a different way. Whether you want to design jewelry, design and execute, or you could just be a designer. So you could be a designer of jewelry, and then you can find people who will execute and create and fabricate the jewelry that you design. Whether you want to offer schooling, different curriculums to different schools as per whatever framework is already there, and you can start working on it. That could take a bit longer, but you can start doing it. Why? Because you have worked in the education services for 20 plus years and you have seen the ins and outs and you know how to make this better. Okay. And then we have to see if you have the required experience. If you're starting in a field that is very new to you, you're transitioning, you're pivoting out of what you're already doing, great. Then what can you do to support it from that perspective? Do you need a certification that goes along with it? Do you need to shadow someone else? Do you need to do some technical training? Okay. These are all elements. If this is a product as well, even though I mostly work with ladies who are doing service-based business, but again, of course, if we're talking about a product and there could be a service that gives a product as well, start looking at the supply chain, as in what are the raw materials that you need? What are the equipment that you might need to invest in? Are they available locally? Do you need to import it from somewhere else? What's the kind of cost that will come along with it? What are your time frame for creating these products? Is it a factory that you're looking to launch, or is it a service that you can do off your laptop at home starting now? These are all elements when you're thinking of the what. I want you to start thinking of the whole scope of the what. And again, you're going to start big and you want to do this whole thing, what my business is, what it offers, and everything. And then you start coming back to it. Have the vision, work on the vision, think big, but then start somewhere. For me, for the past 3 to 4 years, and this is the comment I have here, I started with anyone, individuals, SMEs, startup, entrepreneurs, whatever they want. If you want to start a business, fix a business, or grow a business, talk to the business doctor, which was great. It's a great ambition. I still want to do it, but I realized that was too broad, that I was not able to work on the language and the services that could be very specific and very catered, that people got lost. And then I transitioned and I allowed myself that transition. Did it get frustrating? Of course it did. I felt frustrated at times. I felt stuck at times, but I kept getting up, dusting off, and moving on and opening up my heart and mind to listen to what's coming in for me. So that moved into empowerment, and that moved into positivity, and that moved into mindset. And then that brought me back full circle to Woman Up, to saying, I want to support female corporate powerhouses who want to transition out of corporate and build their side passion business. And they need the support from reducing that entrepreneurial overwhelm of everyone telling them what to do by giving them the practical strategies and tactics that they can use for their own business and to find what works for them. Okay, so that what will get redefined, and then I want you to keep going back and bringing it in and starting with this element and then adding on as the foundation is set up further. Okay, so that is the what. Now I want to stop. Hang on, why am I just hanging up? I felt like I was just frozen for a second personally. I want to stop the presentation here for a second. I want to see if you've got any questions, anything that comes up for you. Oh, we've got 9 minutes. I think we're good. We might be a few minutes overboard, so I hope that would be okay for you. Anya, hi. Thank you for joining us. Okay, ladies. No, yes, how to. You can watch it. The replay will be in the group for today and for a few days, and you can still catch up. But I'm happy you're here. Hi, Manal. Okay, ladies, is there anything that is coming up for you? Any questions, any inquiries, any kind of thought process that is going through your mind right now? Do you need answered? Okay. Yeah, we're good. Okay. Yay. Okay, so let's continue. Okay, so consistency. Consistent effort in leads to success. Again, success is subjective, but success is an area where this is the part where you're feeling good about what you're doing. This is providing you with the gratification. This is providing you with the income that you want. This is providing you with the growth rates that you had in mind. But for all this to happen, you need to put in the time. You need to put in the time to do the homework. You need to put in the time to do the foundation, because there are people I've worked with, and there are a lot of people around the world that they think, okay, let's go. This is good. Let's do this and stuff. And then it's 2 years down the line, and they start saying, hang on a second. I'm not making, well, whether I'm not making profits completely or I'm not making consistent income. I don't know where I'm going. Is this the best thing for me? And that part, they're ahead, and they've already got in a company that is up and running. They have overhead expenses, they have salaries, they have clients, and suddenly it's a decision of, if I don't get my stuff together right now and a miracle happens, then I'm shutting doors. And that's why we say it's the foundation. Build the foundation, do the work now. And it doesn't have to be years of work. I know, because we've already been doing years of thinking. So let's do concentrated work right now that is focused, that is clear, that will give you that solid foundation upon which you can build your sustainable, profitable business. Okay, so you follow your gut. That's very important. Follow your gut, see what it tells you, see what your core message is, and then talk to others. Reach out. Start sending, even if people you've never met before, people you admire, people you aspire to follow in some of their footsteps, not all of them, but at least they can forge a path for you. Talk to them, reach out and say, I'd like to have a chat. Whether that is paid or unpaid, that's okay. That's an investment in your business, an investment in your future. Set the vision, build up your tribe, as we have discussed a few times. Keep an open horizon, because sometimes you think that's where I'm going, and this is where what works for me and everything, and then the horizon opens up somewhere else that you could. This is where you shine. This is your calling. This is where you can do it effortlessly. Okay, and again, as always, smile. Smile, because you need that belief in you. Smile at yourself and at everyone else, of course. You need that energy, you need that belief to get you through. Okay, so you showed up. You showed up to Woman Up, day 3, Woman Up, woohoo! So you showed up. You showed up because you know deep down that there's more. You can be aspiring towards. There's more within you. You showed up because you want to step up. You want to move forward. And you showed up because you're ready to courageously take that entrepreneurial deep dive. Okay. So I'm happy that you showed up. I hope you're proud of yourself for showing up consistently as well. And you know what we're talking now. What happens now? What happens now? I'm not leaving you. We can be in it together and we can continue this journey. Number one, option one, as I said, take these 3 days. Wow, that was interesting. That was cool. Thank you so much. And then move on. And in a year's time, you join the event again, because hopefully I'll keep having this event on a recurring basis. And we are just having the same conversation all over again. Option two, you're ready. You're ready to start setting up that foundation in a structured format. I briefly introduced yesterday Cure, the Business Doctor Entrepreneurial Cure. And this is the structured path forward. So now this is where you start putting in that solid foundation. So you go from analysis paralysis, where you're stuck, you're thinking, you're overthinking, and you're just saying, I want, I hope, maybe one day, to entrepreneurial mastery, to knowing what you want to do, how you want to do it, and where to go from here. What's next? What's next for you? You want to move? This is the way to move. Cure is the structure that I wrote 2 years ago. And I decided women need this. We need to have this. And I found every excuse why not to launch it. And now I stopped finding an excuse and now I'm launching it with you guys. So I'm super excited to be sharing it. It's a 12-week program and it will move you from I have an idea or ideas to I have a preliminary business plan for my passion business. So that's your outcome. Within 12 weeks, we will work together. We work in a group basis. You will have, I will tell you a bit more about the details, but you're going to move from I have an idea to I have a preliminary business plan that is not set in stone that you can keep working on, but you have something to start working on and start implementing and executing on. And more importantly, and that's the part where this I have been told, and I finally started believing it for myself, that this is my flair, this is my secret sauce, is I also help you to tackle whatever comes your way in the sense of we work on your entrepreneurial mindset. I'm sure when you signed up for Woman Up, it wasn't about that you thought I'm going to give you a strategy, or maybe you had thought that this is a strategy to execute on your dream business and you move on. You wouldn't have maybe thought that we'd be talking about mindset and we'd be talking about your tribe and we'd be talking about all the other elements. But these are essential elements to build up your sustainable, profitable business alongside your thriving, happy, well life. So that's Cure. 12 weeks of this, and we work alongside. So what happens is we work, as we said, I've introduced the foundational 5 W's and the edge for you. We work through them with a lot more details. So not just the what, the why and the what, but also address the who, which is a very important element within your business, and the when and the where and the how. And then we moved on to your business DNA. And that is the preliminary part of your business plan. Business DNA includes your vision, includes your business objective, includes your vision, includes your mission, includes your target audience, includes your branding and marketing. We'll be talking about that and defining it more. And no, it's not just a logo, and no, it's not just an Instagram page. There's a lot more that comes along with it. We'll also be tackling your preliminary financials. So something like capital expenditures, what you need and how much you need to start up that business, your running expenses, if you need to hire people, whether on a freelance basis, on a contract basis, or full time, what kind of expenses do you have to be able to move forward? So this all composes your preliminary business plan, which is your home run. It's bringing it all in together. And more importantly, it is understanding that you have an elevator pitch, which is talking about your business in 60 seconds or less, selling it with a lot of passion, a lot of energy, and practicing it so many times that it becomes your words and in your excitement and your passion that comes along with it. So that would mean that from ideation to development to actualization of that idea, of that passion that you have within you. Okay. Now, I know this might not be for everyone right now. And I'm this because this is the launch of Cure. It's going to be a limited group of people that will be accepted into the program. So I encourage you, Yolandi and Zeldi, would you be kind enough, please, to jot down the link? This is the link, hananelbasha.com/cure is the link to scheduling a clarity call with me, Cure Clarity Call. If you feel you're ready to discuss this, then we can discuss over a 20-minute call more details, see where you are, see where you want to go, and see if this program is a good fit for you. And I'm hoping to get you in as soon as possible. So, Cure is 12 self-paced modules. So you get to do them whenever you can. You watch them at your own rate, and they have the corresponding worksheet. So you start filling up alongside. And this is where your preliminary business plan starts formulating. There will be, of course, bonus entrepreneurial support topics like we were talking about ikigai or kaizen, or how do you address this, or healthy habits. But these are very important and crucial entrepreneurial topics that we can do alongside the 12 modules. There will be a scheduled weekly live deep dive and Q&A session, any questions you have about the topic, about one of the elements within the business plan, or one of the elements within the foundational part, whatever it is, you bring it to the call. We'll have it over Zoom. We can see each other, we can be together and feel that vibe together. I will also be having guest expert speakers within my tribe that will add a lot of flair to your life and to your experience. And last but not least, you will get the chance to have a free 30-minute one-on-one with me as a breakthrough session. And I will advise you when would be a time. This would be a good time for you to kind of schedule it, get my full attention, my full focus, and just start going from there. So, your call today, I have very limited slots over 3 days. Book your call right now. Right now, do this. Do this for you. You showed up for 3 days. Come on, you can do this. Show up for yourself one more time. Book that call. See if this program is a good fit for you, and that you can take it and we can start building and finally executing on that dream passion business of yours. Yolandi and Zaldi will be dropping in the link to book the call right now. Do it. You owe yourself that. So let me say this. And then we'll be talking about what works for you. And this is the part where you woman up. This is the final run for womaning up. It's just getting on that call, getting into Cure. We will start not next week, the following week, where we have a kickoff call for everyone that joins. Oh, and by the way, for everyone that joins Cure, within the next 3 days, within the next 4 days after the call. So the calls are Friday, Saturday, Sunday, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. I'm going to do an extra bonus training session. So kind of get you, so you're not missing out on the vibes. We do an extra session in the middle, get you excited before our kickoff call for Cure and before we start on your entrepreneurial journey. So, yay. So, ladies, come on. Sign up for the call now. It's okay. I don't mind. Take a minute. Go and sign up for your call. Just need to put in your email and select the time that works for you. And if you're watching this in replay, you still have the chance. You will have the chance, hopefully, if, of course, the slots run out, which I believe they will. But if the slots run out or if a time doesn't work for you, please reach out via DM, reply to one of the emails where you get with the replays, whatever works for you, and make sure to let me know. And accordingly, I will accommodate you to the best of my ability. I'm here because I love doing this and I would love to support you on your entrepreneurial journey. And the Business Doctor Entrepreneurial Cure is just that. It is made for that. This is my love and my passion and my purpose all packaged in one to offer you that next step, those 12 weeks, that journey into realizing your own entrepreneurial dream. Okay, ladies. So that's Woman Up. Okay, what else do we have today? We have the winner. Woohoo! Day 2 winner. Mindset Seeds is an online course and it is composed of 9 modules, 9 worksheets, 9 audio lessons valued at $299. And today's winner is May Al-Qanawi. Congratulations. I'm super happy for you. Thank you for engaging. Thank you for being here. Thank you for being ready to woman up and for your spirit and your energy. I love that. Thank you so much for showing up. And you get to have the course. So some of the things we were talking about, and I hope and I pray that you will enjoy it as much and that it will support you. This course, this is yours forever, so you can revisit it as much as you want. We'll be sending you the details with the email on your access and how to get through to it. So, May, congratulations for Mindset Seeds. Okay, ladies. Day 3, Woman Up, is done. Moving forward, I hope and I pray that I have supported you to ignite that fire within you, to start that flame of being excited about you and your future and your passion and your purpose, and understanding that there's more to life and there's more to you, and you are empowered and you are capable of so much more that you can create for yourself. So that fire, I hope that it keeps burning, because that valley and those hills and those forests, and I wish to kind of live in that space because I don't live in a green space, but that is yours to conquer. Woman Up is only the start. It is just a taster of what you can create for yourself when you show up for yourself, when you woman up. So I hope you take this opportunity to believe in yourself again and believe in yourself more, and understand that you've got so much within you that you can still offer and that you can still give, and you can show up to the world, because the world needs you. The world needs every one of us to show up wholeheartedly and from a loving place of service. Okay. I hope that you have enjoyed the journey with me. I hope it doesn't end here. And I pray that I see a lot of you on Cure, or I see all of you on Cure, and I see all of you on the calls. And I'm excited to connect with you one on one. And I trust, I am retrusting myself to be there for you as much as I have been there for myself, and to support you along your entrepreneurial journey. Cure is just that. It really is just that. So, yes, I'm going to stop the presentation now. And again, before I get into tears. So, ladies, tell me, how was today? How was the whole experience for you? Please, I would love to hear your feedback. Again, I encourage you to, the group stays. Don't leave the group. The group is our tribe of women, womaning up together to support one another through our journey, through life, through our transitions, through our leveling up. So I encourage you to stay in the group. Please invite other ladies. Woman Up is done for now. The videos will still, the replays are still available for a few more days. We'll announce before that. Tomorrow, I'm going to go live briefly to announce day 3 winner. And that's going to be a one-on-one 60-minute breakthrough session with me, valued at $350. But tomorrow, I'll be announcing that. For the time being, please engage in the group, post your feedback, post your thoughts. Let's all be there for one another. Let's all encourage one another to get out of our perceived shells and start growing into and become who we're meant to be. Okay. So I'm happy you're here. Let me know your thoughts. Oh, yay, yay. Right. Congratulations. Thank you, ladies. Thank you. Okay, book your call, book your call. Cure. Don't forget, we have to book our calls. We have to do this together. Ladies, I thank you. Thank you, Dalia. Thank you, Habibti. I'm thank you. I'm honored. I'm honored to to share the experience with you. I'm becoming speechless, and those who know me well know I'm very rarely speechless. But thank you. I we're 10 minutes overboard. I apologize for the delay. I promised an hour, but I just had so much more to offer and to give and to share with you today. I hope that you had a great journey. I hope that this doesn't end there and that there's still so much more that we could do together. And as a tribe, as a Woman Up tribe, and as individuals and as friends, and as everything. Okay. So, ladies, I wish you a beautiful day or evening wherever you are in the world. And as always, I wish you love, abundance, and prosperity. Take care of you, and I'll see you soon.